Hello and welcome to Outside In. My name is Steven. I ended up having to edit the video that I just did about using a fuse tap. And I do believe one thing that I had gotten wrong, I have been doing a lot of thinking about this and something was bothering me, so I decided to pull out my oscilloscope and verify what I had a feeling of, because I was reading some information yesterday. They were talking about current and fuses, and the document that I was reading said just be careful when you hook up something to a fuse, because if you're pulling more current past another fuse, it could actually, the current could affect the fuse that you're tapping into. So I was like, you know what, let me test that. So I got my oscilloscope set up and I set my probes. I set up two channels, one for, the top fuse, which is going to my new load, and then I have one connected to the bottom fuse, which is going to the original fuse that I'm tapping into. And for more information, you can see that video. That was the last video I just did. So anyway, I want to show you what I discovered, and that's why I edited that video, because I do believe now that these cars, the newer vehicles, are so incredibly touchy and sensitive, especially if you're tapping into a computer fuse that's controlling a computer, like your electronic control module, your ECM, your TCM, your transmission control module. My vehicle right now has a computer that controls the blinkers on the left and right, and they're very sensitive. So if you splice wires in, because I know this for a fact, only because this happened to a van that I drove, where someone had spliced in to the back of the van into the wiring harness, and they ended up blowing out one side of the computer. So the left side didn't even work anymore. And that was when I took it to a garage to see if I could get them to repair it so I could get home safely with the people that I had with me. He fixed it for me for 150 bucks. Thank God for him. But what he did was he just bypassed that computer. But he told me to tell the person, which I did, that it was going to be about, I think around $8,000 to replace that half of the computer. So this is why it's so very important that I created this video to clarify and to change something that I had said in that video, because I'd said in that video that I don't really see the difference in using a big amp fuse in the top part, because I wasn't showing on my amp meters any difference in amp draw on this one. Well, that's because I couldn't see drilled in with this thing, but here we can, and we're going to show you that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the vehicle, and it's going to have just the fuse working that is in the bottom fuse, the fuse that I'm tapped into. So let's turn the car on, the vehicle on. Okay, so this now, see that jump, okay? So it jumped because of the load is now running on this original from the car starting up. Now I'm going to switch on the additional load that is pulling more amps. And let me show you what happened. Watch this blue line, because this is the line for the original fuse, and watch what happens when I turn this on. So here we go. Let me do that again. Turn it off. And then turn that load on again. And then let me stop this for a second. All right. Now, let me show you something here. Look, when I turned that top load on, it did in fact mess with that bottom fuse, the current that it was allowing to pass through it. It dropped 1.2 volts, and that would be milliamps too, but this is not showing me milliamps. But that is so interesting. When I turned that 4.6 amp load on the top fuse, it drew voltage away from the original fuse. So that 1.2 volts could be enough to blow out a computer module. I mean, I would think so. Common sense would tell me that as sensitive as these computers can be, it could be enough to cause a fault of some kind within that computer. I don't know if it would blow the whole computer out. So a lot of these electronics, like I said, are very, very sensitive. So that could be enough, that little spike right there, because it's a spike. It doesn't go down slow and then back up. It's just a straight down spike and then back up again. So that could be enough for sensitive electronics to hurt. So I can now see even more clearly what Anthony was talking about, using relays instead of just plain tapping into your original fuse. If you're going to tap into this fuse, there are channels that have really good videos on how to use these along with a relay to run your fog lights, because your fog lights are going to pull a lot of amps. And every time you turn those fog lights on, you're going to get that spike down there. And it could be as much as 2 volts, depending on how many amps you're pulling up here. You could pull 2 volts just that fast. And that could be enough to seriously affect sensitive electronics in your vehicle. So that's why I had to go back, edit that video. I'm just so glad. Just so glad that I did that. I just got finished editing that video and editing everything out that I had said about using a larger fuse up here as on the top as opposed to the bottom. So what I would recommend, actually right now what I have in here is 2 10 amp fuses in both sockets. Okay, so a lot of people are saying the equivalent to the bottom one or lower. And I would say, to be safe, I would just go lower. But still, you know what? I would say, unless you know for sure, contact the dealership, contact the garage, and verify that the fuse you're using is definitely not going to hurt any sensitive electronics. And then you should be okay without using a relay. But you really should, if you're going to use heavy amp loads for this tap, you really should be using a relay. I'm learning about relays now, and they're very fascinating, very interesting. There's a lot you can do with them, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I just wanted to clarify that real quick, make a video, and just show you that, yeah, just show you that spike right there. That's crazy. And that spike was even more. Yeah, that one even more. So let's measure that one and see. I mean, not much more, but it did go more. Okay, so that went up to, that was 1.28 volts. And so you just never know. I mean, if you have a super huge load, then it could draw even, it could drop this even 2 volts. So yeah, just be so very careful when using these taps in these newer vehicles. I'm seeing now, after doing this test, thank you God for this oscilloscope. This has led me, and Anthony, talking to Anthony and reading some other white pages on the subject, this is what led me to do this test. And I'm just so thankful to God that I did this, because the last thing I want to do is someone to take my advice and then go tear their vehicle up. I definitely do not want to do that. So that's why I edited that video, edit all that out. So yeah, just make sure that before you do this, contact a dealership, contact a local garage in your area that knows your vehicle, and they can tell you, yes, you can safely tap into that without using a relay, and you should be great to go. But if you're going to use a fuse and they're going to be like, whoa, no, please don't do that. Do not do that. You will be having a $4,000 or $6,000 repair if you do that. So eventually, maybe not right away, but eventually you could. And that's a lot of money. These computers are quite very, very expensive. So anyway, I just wanted to make that correction. Whenever I'm wrong, I am the first to admit when I'm wrong, and I love when I find out that I'm wrong so I can make a change and correct it. So anyway, there you go. Have yourself a great day. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Find someone that needs a reason to go on. Give them that reason. Find someone that needs a hug and make it happen. God bless each and every one of us, and I will see you in the next one.